last time you planned a trip with zero compromise? I mean, there's no looking at kids menus. There's no, hey, we're going to check out the pool. Make sure it's got a slide. Make sure they've got everything for the kids to do. Got to have something for the teenagers to do. And then everybody's got their agenda, right? Like, can I bring a friend? Dad, how many friends can I bring? That was my kids. They always said that. If it took you longer than 2 seconds to answer that question, this video is for you. You see, you spent the last 20 years or so planning vacations around the family, about your kids, about what everybody wants to do and how they can do it, or, what you can do. And now you find yourself in this position, kind of like what my wife and I did. You find yourselves with either you dropped the last one off at college, or they graduated college, or you're driving back home from your son or daughter's wedding, and you look at each other and you go, wow, what do we want to do now? It's just the two of us. There's nobody else to think about but us. It really hits you harder than you expect. It hit us a little bit harder than we expected. And then we started going, well, this could have its perks. There could be great things for us. But we had to get our mindset wrapped back around a couples-focused type of travel. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So in this video, we're going to talk about what cruising looks like for just couples. I'm talking couples who have experienced life, if you will. We're going to try to help find what is good for the couple that you are right now. We're just going to jump right in with the boldest one, and we're going to talk about Virgin Voyages. It's an adult only. And when I mean adult only, it's 18 plus. There's no kids whatsoever on these ships. Now, not only is it no kids whatsoever, Virgin just took the rule book for cruising and just ripped it right up. They said, nope, we're going to do things a little bit different. There is no main dining room, right? There is no buffet. They've got 20 plus restaurants that's included in your fare. They've got steakhouses. They've got barbecue. They've got vegetarian. You just go eat where you want to go eat. So the food alone is worth talking about because, it's not really your normal cruise line food. It is food that you would find out anywhere else than maybe a good restaurant that you'd like to go to. That's the type of food we're talking about with Virgin Voyages. When you think of the vibe on Virgin Voyages, think more along the lines of a boutique hotel, not really a cruise ship. Also think more about some wellness because they really push wellness forward. They've got boxing gyms, they've got yoga classes, things like that. They also do have a tattoo parlor if you decide, hey, while I'm out here, might as well get a tattoo. Some of us, later in life, decide to get tattoos when we get a little bit older. Maybe me. Now the nights can be very lively. We're talking DJ sets. We're talking some risque entertainment. We're talking some of the most creative cocktails at sea. We're talking about some great shows that they have because you wouldn't expect anything else from Virgin, right? The ships themselves are very stunning. They take design very seriously at Virgin, and it really puts it more into a feel of nothing that's really cheap, but nothing that's really generic. They really wanted to make it something of its own. And one of the favorite parts about a Virgin ship is the hammock that is on the balconies. It makes for a great snoozing spot for that afternoon nap, if you want to take one. So with its nightlife and with its difference in cruise feel, who is Virgin for? I think it's for that couple who says, you know what, we're not slowing down. We're ready to get out there and get after it. Where, hey, an empty nest isn't something that's going to make us stop. It's going to make us go after it. I think that may be what Virgin Voyages is if you are that couple. Hey, look, real quick, if you're finding this entertaining or helpful in any way, I would really appreciate if you would hit that like and subscribe button. It just helps a little channel like mine out. Now, back to the cruises. So if Virgin's not your vibe because you don't really want to be out dancing to the DJ's jams at 11 o'clock at night, maybe this next line might be the one for you. It's not technically an adult-only cruise, but it kind of lends itself to be simply because there's no water slides, there's no rope courses, there's nothing like that. So most of the time you're going to say it's not really teenager kid friendly because there's just not a lot of that stuff going on there. There's not really any of that stuff going on. And I'm talking about celebrity cruises. For celebrity, they're more focused on elevated food experiences, polished spaces. It's more of a relaxed, upscale feel. That's what you're looking at with celebrity. And outside of school holidays, you're not going to see really a lot of kids on board. And if you do find yourself on a cruise on Celebrity that does have a lot of kids on board, find yourself to the solarium. It's a glass encased, adults only area with a pool, hot tubs, cushion loungers. And man, it's fantastic. The great thing about the solarium is it lends itself to any climate because it is enclosed. The last celebrity ship we found ourselves on, my wife and I spent most of our time in the solarium, even though there wasn't a lot of kids on board. We just really liked the area. A couple of things that Celebrity promises. They promise modern luxury. You feel it in the details. They have great food quality. They have art. And on the newer Edge class ships, it's really just a modern luxury feel. I like to think of it more of like a high-end resort. Also on the new Edge class ships, you're going to find something called the Magic Carpet Ride. Now, I'm not going to show that or tell you about that one. I want you to Google that one for yourself. Check out the Magic Carpet Ride on the Edge class Celebrity ships. If you really want to step up on Celebrity, go with the Retreat. It's a suites experience that has its own restaurant and its own sun deck. If I had to say, who is Celebrity for? It's for that couple that likes a good wine, they like a good luxury feel, but they're just not ready to get into that luxury line pricing yet. I think Celebrity's that good sweet spot between mainstream and luxury liners. It's refined. It's not stuffy. Now, this next cruise line may be for you if you don't really need the trendy things, right? You just want something that has a good balcony and a good, quiet evening. The line I'm talking about has a deeply romantic history. It's actually literally the Love Boat. I'm talking about Princess Cruises. Princess happens to be my wife and I's favorite right now. Not going to say that's always going to be, but right now we find ourselves really enjoying a great Princess Cruise. We love it. One of my favorite things about Princess Cruises is that we get to use a medallion. This little thing right here. And with that medallion, you can put that on your watch, you can hang it around your neck, you can put it in your pocket, you can do whatever you want. Ladies, there's also some nice jewelry that they've got on the ships that you can put these little medallions in. But this is your room card. This is everything you need. Your doors unlock for you as you walk up to your stateroom. You use this when you want to buy a drink or you want to pay for something, you want to do something. You use this medallion. I love it. It's very technology friendly. There's no setting up. It's already there. It's got your name on it. It's got the date on it when you're cruising. These are fantastic. Another thing you can do by having these medallions on you is use the app to order a drink wherever you are, and they'll come find you. We've done it a lot. The overall vibe on a Princess cruise ship is classic. It's comfortable. It's consistently elegant. One of the favorite things on Princess Cruises is movies under the stars. Think about this. You're in a very comfy, cushy lounger. You got a blanket. You got some popcorn. You're sitting out underneath the stars watching a good movie with the love of your life. It's extremely fun. It's simple, but very good. And one of the things that I like about Princess is they don't really try to wow you with tricks or gimmicks or anything like that. It's just consistently good. Now, if you're looking for that little upscale touch, something you need to know about Princess, on the Royal class ships and before, there is a section on the ship called the Sanctuary. Think of it more like an adults-only spa-like reserve for the afternoon, or all day if you want. You can go as soon as you get on the ship and go and reserve your spot in the Sanctuary. On the newer ships, the Sun and the Star Princess, Sanctuary is a whole different vibe. It's got its own restaurant. It's got its own area. You book your cabin inside of the Sanctuary area. It's a little bit different between the different classes of ships, but still, overall, the Sanctuary is fantastic for you to be able to jump in, enjoy yourself as an adult. And just like Celebrity, there's no rope courses. There's no slides. There's nothing there that is going to say, hey, let's bring all the teenagers here. I've been on several Princess cruises, and I've seen families from young to old. They do have good kids programs, but most of the time, I don't even notice that the kids are on there. It's more focused and driven to an older crowd. So who is Princess Cruise Lines for? It's for couples who are looking to reconnect through just spending quiet moments together, maybe a little bit of old-fashioned romance. So if you are that couple, Princess Cruises would be a good fit for you. For that couple that wants something a little bit more refined and a little bit slower paced, then I think this next cruise line is for you. Holland America has a rich seafaring history of over 150 years. They know what they're doing. They're known for longer itineraries. They're known for more port-intensive information. They like to go to ports that maybe other cruise lines tend to skip. The vibe on board is more calm, comfortable. Think well-traveled. Think curious. Think appreciates quality. That's the type of crowd and the vibe you're going to find on Holland America. The music walk on the ships is a dedicated entertainment corridor that lends itself to live music venues that has anything from Lincoln Center stage performances to classic pop, blues, you name it. The music on there is fantastic. There's also a very strong culinary arts feel when you are on Holland America. The food stands out. Their Exploration Central program adds to every port as you get information on a cultural context and local perspectives. Their ships feel elegant, but not intimidating. Think classic at sea without being dated. So who is Holland America for? It's for the couple who wants depth over flash. They want experience over entertainment. And a cruise that feels like it was designed for grown-ups. Holland America is that cruise line that rewards couples who've done the theme parks at sea, who've done all the things with all the kids, and now they're ready for something that actually respects their intelligence. So if you're a couple that wants variety, energy, and maybe a little bit of freedom without sacrificing a good quiet escape, this next cruise line may be for you. I just took my first cruise on this cruise line and I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially the freedom I had at sea. Yes, we're talking about Norwegian Cruise Lines. I went on the getaway out of Port Miami, did a little 4-night escape, and man, it was so refreshing to be on the ship and not have to worry about dining times, not have to worry about dress codes. That's what Norwegian is known for. Norwegian pioneered the free at sea program, and I, for one, loved it. Now look, I'm all down for dressing up to go to dinner sometimes. I'll do that, but I'm not all down for doing that every time, especially when I'm in the Caribbean. I like to be free, and this one gave me the freedom. And that freedom, it kind of matters more when you spent years planning your schedule and your vacation around everyone else. You see, there's a good contrast with Norwegian. You've got great Broadway caliber shows, you've got a great nightlife, you've got dozens of restaurants to choose from. There were venues all over the place, and that's just the way they're designed. And you can do all of these things, but if you wanted to, you could slip quietly away and retreat back to your own little private quiet space. I thought the entertainment on Norwegian was fantastic, and a lot of people rave about some of the Norwegian shows. I particularly, in my age group, I'm just going to let you know, I particularly like the Back to the 90s show. It really did take me back a lot to some of the music and some of the things that I thought of while I'm watching the show. It was really good. But my favorite thing on the last cruise that I just did with Norwegian Cruise Lines was the dueling pianos. Top notch, fantastic. They did the songs everyone was asking for. They played a couple songs I asked for. I had a great time. The dining was hard to beat. The dining on Norwegian is very hard to beat. From their Cagney Steakhouse to their O'Sheehan's. O'Sheehan's was great. But the dining was fantastic. I could eat when I wanted, get what I wanted, and had no problems whatsoever. But if you do want something a little bit more elevated, you can go into Norwegian's Haven area. It's basically a ship within a ship complex. You have key card access only. Once you're in the Haven, the main ship's crowds doesn't exist anymore. The Haven has its own restaurant, bar, pool, and Sunday, and it's all exclusive to Haven guests. You also get dedicated staff that will help you set up shore excursions, reservations, whatever you need. They'll be there to help you. So if you want a little upscale, you can get that on Norwegian Cruise Line. The Haven in particular is one of cruising's best kept secrets for those empty nesters who want the luxury without that luxury price tag. So who is Norwegian for? It's for that couple that doesn't want to choose between big energy and peace and quiet. In Norwegian, you don't have to. Remember, it's the freestyle cruising. They pioneered freestyle cruising, so you can have it. You don't have to give up one or the other. You can have them both. So which couple are you? Are you virgin adventurers? Are you celebrity sophisticates? Are you princess romantics? Are you Holland America explorers? Or are you Norwegian freedom seekers? Drop it in the comments. Let me know which couple you are. Look, there is no best cruise line, right? Because we're all different. What's best for me may not be best for you. And what chapter you're in your life now may not be what you liked 10 years ago. That chapter then was great for then. Chapter now is great for now. So that's why we're doing this exercise, to try to find out what is it that we really like now. Remember, you spent many years planning for everyone else. Now it's time to plan for you. It's your turn. Go ahead. Hold hands on the balcony. Walk along the promenade. Just the two. Go explore a port that you've never been to before. Go enjoy a show. And then go and disappear into your own little private haven. The kids are fine. They're living their lives. Now go live yours. Happy sailing.